Okay, you guys, the time is finally here. I'm so excited. In depth. I don't think I've shown you guys like in depth. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you probably can see, or did I cut it out? A little bit, a little sneak peek over here. I am redoing my bookshelves. It needs to be done, okay? Because as you can see, like, room where, okay, where. And I have been buying books. I have books literally in every room of my house, I'm pretty sure. And I love that for me. But the thing about it is I'm running out of space in my primary reading space, which is my little reading corner situation here. So I got new bookshelves and I put them together. It took me 2 days. I don't want to talk about it. But they're here. They're taking up the entire wall in my room. And at first I was going to like try to incorporate these ones just so I wouldn't have to like take them out of my room and take them downstairs and, you know, all that stuff. But aesthetically, I just think it would look nicer to like take these and put them somewhere else. So I'm going to put them in my foyer, you know what I'm talking about, entryway. And I think it'll be like the perfect like nerdy situation for like when you walk into my home, like 2 large bookshelves. Like, oh, okay, that's what type of time we're on. Yes, indeed. So I'm gonna do that. But first, I'm going to take all of the books off. I know the chaos. You have to start in the chaos. So I'm gonna take all of the books off, and then I have no clue how I want to organize them, like, at all. But it'll come to me when it comes to me. And I haven't been one to like decorate the shelves with like little knicky knackies unless it serves like a practical purpose. But considering like the style of the bookshelves that I got, I'm open. I'm open to decorating them. So you guys will kind of see that once I get the books where they need to go. So here we go. Pray for me, y'all. This bag here is a bag that has books that I plan to unhaul in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if I'm going to try to sell them, if I'm going to take them to start like a workplace, little free library. I told you guys about that idea that I got from Bookmark by Aaliyah in my last video. So I have books here that are leaving my home in some way, shape, or form, but I just don't know in what manner. So yeah, I definitely have more books that I'm going to get rid of, but this is pretty much all that can fit in here. And I will show you guys these in another video because I feel like this one's going to be long enough as it is. But I'll show you guys the books that I'm unhauling in another video. I also have a little bit of a book haul over there in the corner. Depending on how long this video is, I will show you once I'm done before I put them on the shelves. If it is going to be too long, then that'll be a separate video. And I'll probably do like one maybe like at the end of the month in case I buy more books. I don't want to talk about it, but because it's a lot of books in that book haul. So make sure that you're subscribed so you're getting those future bookish content. And other than that, let's just get back to like taking the books off the shelves. And what I honestly would think I'm gonna do is I did this in my last house. I had the books separated by like read books and unread books. And that did help for me, like trying to figure out what I want to read next. But I felt like I had favorites on my read shelf that I just wasn't spending a lot of time with. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you go to the bookstore and you see like a book that you've read and it's a favorite and you just have to pick it up and like flip through the pages and like, oh, I just love this book. I wanted to be able to do that like more often, but I felt like I was doing that less because I really didn't have like a purpose to go to the red bookshelf unless I'm going to it for like content and stuff for you guys. So I ended up, when I moved here, incorporating them all together and organizing them by like genre and author, and that worked. It was very easy to find books that way. Very, very easy for me to find books. But then I ran out of space organizing them in that way. So I kind of, you know, done this situation, and they're still organized by genre for the most part, but I think I've abandoned like the author situation. Like they're not organized by author necessarily, or alphabetically by author. So now I have no clue, but I think what I might do is I still might separate the read books from the unread books, because I think I want to do like a favorites shelf, maybe like the top shelves or something. I don't know, we'll see. But first we have to take them off the shelf, so let's go. The top books, oh, you guys can't see in the frame, but the top shelf, or on top of the bookshelves, I have my nonfiction, and these might not stay up here. So I'm gonna set these off to the side for sure, because most of my nonfiction I keep downstairs because I don't read those as often. So I might keep the nonfiction downstairs, just so I can make more space for like the fun books up here. But don't get me wrong, like some of my favorites I have read, my favorite nonfiction I have read, and those are up there. So those might make it to the favorite shelf. All right. I'm so glad that like my historical fiction collection is growing. Like I'm really excited about like probably putting all the historical fiction together, because when I reach for historical fiction, that is definitely the specific vibe I'm looking for. So I'm just really excited to like have so many of these. Speaking of which, if you haven't read this, it's so freaking funny. It's so funny. This stack is like my seasonal like holiday books, like Christmas books, like Christmas holiday books or whatever. So, and I definitely like don't want to look at these all year round. So these are probably something that are going to go like downstairs. So I'm going to put these off to the side with my, my nonfiction ones that are probably going to go downstairs. The books that I have over here on the shelf, they are from like a recent haul, and the books that I want to read before the end of 2025, and those were on my tbrcart. There's absolutely no purpose for them to be right here. This isn't where they're going to be. I just put them there to see like what like the shelves would look like, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. But yeah, these have to come down, and I think I will still separate out the books that I want to read before the end of the year, which I have a video on those. I'll link them down below, but these are some of them. Some of them I've already read, so that's why they're not in this stack. But I had 10 books. Now I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So not bad. Not bad at all. And honestly, I don't even remember if this one was on that list, but I'm not mad at it being on the list now unofficially. So yeah, I have to organize these, and then we'll be ready to determine what needs to go. But we'll do that next. I'm gonna take these down, put them in the stack that they're supposed to be in, and then I will pull out some more books that are gonna get unhauled. Again, I'll show you guys those in another video, and then we'll be ready to sort. All right, I've determined that I don't care to have all of the read books and unread books like separated, because I do have like some authors that like I'm slowly like working my way through like their catalog. For example, Alexandria House, she's got a ton of books, and I have a ton of books from her, but I don't have all of them, and like some of them I read, some of them I haven't, and I don't want to like have them separated, because eventually I'm going to have them all, but like I just don't want to like separate like the vibe. So I'm going to not have them like alphabetically organized or anything like that, but I'm definitely going to separate the books by vibe. And I'm also within the vibe, I'm going to separate the books by like hardcover and like size, because some of them are like significantly larger than the others. For example, I have Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop, which was a very hard book for me to categorize. Like, is it like contemporary fiction, contemporary romance, or more of like urban romance? But then I tied the urban romance and like indie romance, like independent Black romances, because they're not all urban. Like, this isn't urban, but it was like independent. This cover, it was independent. This is traditionally published, but that's neither here nor there. But look, like the size of the books is like, this doesn't really go with anything. So this was like a hard book to like try to figure out where I wanted to put it. But other than that, yeah, I'm just going through and making sure that all the books that I have down here are books that I still want to hold on to. Some of these, honestly, we're on the chopping block for like, if I don't read them by the end of the year of 2024, then they have to go. But with that, like, I feel like that just put pressure on me to like think about, is it something that I really want to read and I just haven't gotten to it yet? Or is it something that I've had on my shelf and it's just taking up space and like it could really go? So the ones that I have here, like these three are like examples. I have Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson, Sweet Tea by Piper Hughley, and then Liberty by Caitlin Greenidge. I've had these all for a decent while, but I just haven't gotten around to them just because I expect them, well, not so much this one. This one's like a cheesy read, and honestly, I'm not often in the mood for like a cheesy read. And these two seem to be a little bit more of a heavier topic, and of course I have to get into like the mind space for that. So like I have more books of this nature than I have like frequency of which that I'm reaching for those types of books, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's why they've been here longer, not because like I don't care to read them. It's just I'm not in the mood to read these types of books very frequently. But I do want to keep those. I do also have some books that are like not my favorite, but I could still see myself like recommending them. For example, I don't know, I'm on the fence about whether or not I would recommend Grown Women. It did not get a glowing review from me, but I think I can understand someone liking it. No shade, no shade, no shade. But yeah, and then for some reason I wanted to separate like, this section here is more of like just contemporary fiction, the section that I'm looking through here. And for some reason, like before, I had like my African authors separated, because I find their writing style to be like very unique and like so enriching, you know, like they explore topics in a way that I haven't seen in like US contemporary fiction. So I think these are more thought-provoking, that could be more heart-wrenching, and I feel like they leave like lasting impact. I don't have it up here, but I have, because it's downstairs like with some of my more classic books, which some of them I probably will bring up here, but Things Fall Apart by oh gosh, you know the one, Things Fall Apart. I want to say like Chinile, I'm mispronounce it anyways, but that one, like I think about that book often, and it's so powerful. It's a classic for a reason. For the most part, I think I'm ready. I'm gonna start pulling books that I want to unhaul, and then I'm gonna pull the books that I might want to feature on like a favorite shelf. Let me go ahead and do that while I am here. And then I'm gonna just start freaking plugging and playing, because if not, I will be here for the rest of my life. Oh, definitely these two right here. I freaking love these books by Jazz Hammonds. Love. And these are YA, and I don't have a lot of YA books that are like favorites. Let me see. And then I wonder, oh, here it is. I thought it was downstairs. Chinua. Oh, I was right. Achebe. To Make Things Fall Apart This one, so good. And I have that with my historical fiction, not with my African contemporary fiction authors, but yeah, love. And now part of me, because I have like the space, right, I'm thinking, should I have like a feature shelf of like really want to read books, like highly anticipated, can't wait to get to these books, but it's like a feature shelf. I don't know. So because some of these, like the historical fiction ones, I'm just wanting to put like historical fiction all over, because they're first of all so pretty. For example, these three, and it's probably because like they're from my recent haul, but like the Sable Cloak, hello, Junie, gorgeous, and then Harlem Rhapsody. You guys have been like talking to me about like reading this book, because I mentioned like I'm into reading some. I still am. I haven't read a book all month. It's the 8th. Haven't finished a book all month. Okay, I don't want to talk about it, but you guys recommended me to read this one, and I was like, I really should. I've been like waiting for like the right time to read it. Like I just kind of want to savor it. But this might get featured because it's so highly anticipated for me. So yeah, I'm thinking about like featuring those or whatever. And then back here, I'm not gonna go all the way back there because you probably won't be able to hear me, but I have my fantasy thrillers, which I cannot tell you the last time I bought a thriller, and then some sci-fi books back there, and those ones probably won't like get any like fancy smancy nothing. They're just going to be like probably on the bottom shelf, which they were before. But yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm just going to go ahead, pull my favorites, and then start putting them on the bookshelves. I have moved my bookshelves that were over here downstairs. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I hurt my hand a little bit, but it's fine. Like, small price of this, right? So and I've centered the two shelves. If you can't tell, this is one piece and then this is one piece, and I've centered them on this piece of like canvas art that I got from Hobby Lobby. I've had it since I moved into this house, and I really didn't want to have to move it because it's like command strip to the wall, and you know, command strips are like one-time use, so I had to get another one. Anyways, I just centered it on that, and I feel like it looks really nice. So now I'm just gonna get the plugging and playing. Yeah, let's go. I'm over here trying to figure out, like, because this is all just romance, but like I skipped some shelves. Don't ask me why I skipped the shelves. I don't know, but I want to keep the romance like together, right? I'm gonna have to spread it out. All right, so I have gotten the romance situation done, and I decided that like the highest shelves, I don't know if you can see, like the highest shelf, so this top shelf, this one, and this one, all of those are gonna have like my feature shelves for like my favorite books. So yeah, I have taken a little bit of break. I had lunch, girl, I went to the store, so I have quite a bit of work to do, but I have tons of shelf space, and that just excites me like no other. He's always jumping, shouldn't say, show me something's fall in place, fall in place. Okay, you guys, the time is finally here. I'm so excited. Okay, so actually it's been like 2 days since the last time I showed you guys me like putting up together the bookshelves and everything, but it's here. Okay, it's done. And I remember like in a not too old video, I was like, my bookshelves aren't aesthetic. Okay, the books are practical. The bookshelves are practical. They are organized in a practical way. Okay, and like that's it. That's all. But now, your girl done played around a little bit. Okay, like I've never been so in love with an inanimate object. Okay, that is my book collection. I just can't. And then I also have like these AirPods I just got over the weekend, and I don't understand how you guys do this. Like, I hate things in my ear, but I was like, surely like they're not this bad. No, they are. Like, I've tried, I think this is my third like size. Would not recommend. Anyways, I'm over here rambling like I tend to do, but I'm just gonna show you guys the bookshelves and show you the overview, and then we're gonna go like in depth. I don't think I've shown you guys like in depth. Y'all wanna do in depth? Okay, because that's what we're about to do. Okay, here it is. Here is the, I'm just kicking the camera. Here's the bookshelves. I'm so excited. Like, tell me it's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. You can't, okay, you can't because it's too cute. So I guess I will bring you guys closer so you can see like everything, and I can like point out why I did what I did and like where everything is. But this is just, I never thought that I would have something like this. Okay, so let me show you really close. Who is calling me? Hang on. Okay, here we go. So I have organized the top shelves to have my favorites. Now, I know you guys are probably like, Anita, Moth to a Flame? Favorite? Look, I don't want to talk about it, okay? I don't want to talk about it. I can't. It lives in my brain for the rest of my life, along with Fast by Millie Bilizera, of course, and then The Garden of Eden, which I talked to you guys a little bit about, but it deserves to be on the top shelf for sure. Like, extra special. It don't have no decoration. It's just the books, okay? It don't need nothing else. That's it. All right, so the next feature shelf, if you're not new here, of course, this is not surprising because I won't shut up about Love Song for Ricky Wilde or Tia Williams in general. So yes, every Tia Williams book I have belongs here, along with Real, because of Canon and Neva just also live rent free in my heart and soul, and I love them. This shelf right here, if you know, you know. This one, oh, I didn't turn this on for you guys. I'll turn it on later. But this is like a Beauty and the Beast style type of like rose situation. And it lights up. There it is. And I felt like it matched Thirsty and We Deserve Monuments by Jazz Hammonds. These are two of my absolute favorite YA novels, and again, I feel like they deserve their own feature, and like this rose just matched so perfectly with the shelf, so I put that there. And then my last feature shelf of favorites is my nonfiction. I actually ended up getting having extra space to put my nonfiction up here, so that was a pleasant surprise. But these are some of my favorite nonfictions, and these two I haven't read yet. This is Love, is it just Love by Cleo Wade? Remember Love by Cleo Wade, and then Black Love Matters. It's like a collection of essays. Highly anticipated reads for me. And then these three are absolutely favorites. And this is an award I won at work. And I don't have a work desk anymore, so it belongs here. Okay, so that is my feature shelves. Now I'm gonna get into like the organization of everything. So this section here, if you'll focus, is romance. This whole like first half, okay, is romance. You have to have a sexy chocolate D'Angelo in the urban romance section. Yes. So that is a vinyl that normally lives downstairs, but I feel like it matched the vibe very, very well. This is just a candle from Bath and Body Works, and these are some urban fiction reads. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't. I'm not going to point out every book I've read and every book I haven't read, but some of these are definitely favorites. And I feel like this is definitely a vibe I go to on any particular like given day. Like it is a vibe to pick urban fiction for sure. And I also put like indie fiction by Black authors. This is, I don't think is urban fiction at all, but it's independently published, so I put that here. And I feel like it's like a quirky sized book anyways, so I put that there. These are actually the books that got me into reading in high school. I know they're probably a little bit inappropriate for a high schooler, but you know, whatever. My mama know. So I have Eric Jerome Dickey. I have some more from him, but they are holiday books, so I have those separately. And then I have Terry McMillan. I absolutely love her. And then Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier. I should probably like update that one. It's seen better days. And then down here I have some more contemporary romance books. Most of these I've read. I think maybe like 3 or 4 of them I haven't read, but these are either like favorites or ones that I would recommend or loan out to anybody, or ones that I plan to get around to someday, but they're contemporary romance, sorry. These are, I think this whole section here is contemporary romance by Black authors, and they're not alphabetical, but I tried to keep the authors together and like the vibe. So this vibe on this shelf is pretty much like cutesy swoony rom-com-y, and then very much same for this shelf. This I would say is favorites of the genre contemporary fiction, contemporary romance. This is Jasmine Guillory. I talk about her all the time. I've got Christina Forrest, and then Brittany Cherry, of course, and then Mimi Grace. And then down here I have some more YA. This section is YA romance, and then my Kennedy Ryan books besides Real. And then this is a going away plaque. I used to be an instructor, and this was a going away present that I got along with my Anita Library light. They get the same people who got me that light that I talk about all the time got me that podium, so that was really nice. On this shelf I have some contemporary fiction hardbacks. I've never separated the hardbacks from the rest of the books, but I definitely understand it now because it's more of like a clean aesthetic. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever why this book is front facing other than it is shorter. Like these two are shorter and I had extra space, so I just turned them. And then this one is my little patchwork ceramic Winnie the Pooh. It's so cute. I don't even remember where I got this, but I love him like so much, and it's so colorful, and I feel like it matched this shelf really, really well. This is some more contemporary fiction, and for some reason I feel like African authors have a totally like unique perspective, and they're so out of my comfort zone. And I say that because I just started reading Chain All Stars today actually, and it is so unfreaking comfortable, but I'm locked the freak in. And then also Little Rot. The only reason why this is up here is because it's hardback, but this is also by a Nigerian author, and 10 out of 10 uncomfortable. But I will not part with it. Like, it needs to be here, okay? So I just need to put these together, and I just feel like they also kind of have like a similar aesthetic as far as the cover work goes. And then the bottom shelf here, again, more contemporary fiction. And then this is a puzzle box. If you guys don't know, I got this in Germany, but it's made by like handmade in Turkey, but you can't open it without, it's like you have to do a puzzle to actually open the box. And I'm not going to tell you how long it took me to open it or whether or not I cheated, but it's really cool. And you can like store like precious things in there, I guess, because who's going to take the time to like figure out how to open up your puzzle box to get into whatever the heck's in there. Then here I have some historical fiction. These first ones are like historical fiction romance books. Freaking love Queen Charlotte. I'm actually talking to my best friend right now who told me that I had to watch this on Netflix, but I settled for reading the book and I'm not mad. So I absolutely love that one. I absolutely love it. And then this series, It is likened to, what's that show, girl? Bridgerton. And I've read the first one. Definitely gives like Daphne and the Duke for sure. But I haven't read the other 2 books. I have them on Libby. I just haven't read them yet. This is also a very, not uncomfortable, but unique story, classic story. I'm sure you've heard of it, if not read it yourself. Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, and I love that book. Cry my little eyeballs out. So yeah, historical fiction / romance here, and then these are just more like straight historical fiction. And then I guess I'll jump over here. These are the rest of my historical fiction books. And then this is a highly anticipated read for me. I am certain I'm going to love it, so that's why that one's front facing. But other than that, like, this is not my most read shelf. I love the genre, but I haven't read most of these books. I've read a handful. All right, back over here, I have my fantasy shelf. So again, I started with some hardbacks. Love this book so bad. I buddy read this with Rebecca from Rebecca's Reality. She does like Disney content on her channel. I'll link it down below. But we buddy read this and we both loved it so much. The second book is coming out soon. I want to say April or May, but I'm definitely going to run, if not sprint to the store for that one. And then down here I have like some series. These are Black fantasy series, minus this one. This one isn't a series, Cinderella is Dead, but the rest of these are Black fantasy series. I've only read these 2 books out of all of these. I've peeked into this one, I've peeked into this one, I peeked into this one, but I haven't read the rest. Okay, I don't want to hear it. And then I got some flowers down here from like Hobby Lobby or something many years ago. This is also from Hobby Lobby many years ago. Okay, we talked about that shelf. Now I have kind of a favorite shelf, question mark, but I've only read like half the books. These 2 absolute favorites. V.E. Schwab, The Invisible Life of Ali LaRue, 6 stars. Okay, I will accept no criticism. And that prompted me to get these books. I haven't read those yet. And then this one is a highly anticipated high fantasy book for me. It is by a Black male author, and that piques my interest very much. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one soon. It's a Big Daddy. It's a part of an unfinished series, so that gives me a little bit of apprehension, but I'm ready. And I have the audiobook, so we gonna be all right. And then down here, I have this Hansa. I think this was a gift. This was a gift. And then these are some sci-fi books. I think I have read all but 2 of these. I haven't read Loneliness and Company, and I haven't read Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I know, I will. But this is a not very explored genre, but I do enjoy it whenever I get the wild hair to read that type of story. And then here I have thrillers. Ask me the last time I read a thriller. Okay, but I also have not purchased thrillers in a long time for me, because I know that I really don't gravitate towards this genre anymore. But again, I have hardcovers over here. They're Vicious Games, the only 5-star thriller I have ever read. Love. If you haven't read that, which I'm sure most of you have, if you haven't read this book, it's YA, like I said, or maybe I didn't. It's a YA thriller. Dark Academia made me fall in love with the Dark Academia subgenre. Love that book so much. But yeah, most of these are like unread. They're anticipated, which is why they haven't been unhauled, but yes, thrillers. Down here, I have more thrillers. I put this one here. It is technically horror, but I haven't heard anybody super spookied over it. It is on my 2025 will not end until I read this book list. I will, I promise. This is highly anticipated for me. I hear this is very uncomfortable, and depending on the mood, my vibe, I'm here for uncomfortable books. So that one's front facing, just so like it doesn't get lost in the sauce. And then most, if not all of these, no, I haven't read this one book. I've read the rest of these. Oh, and not this one. This is technically horror. But for some reason I have interest in like Dracula's harem. Don't judge me. The rest of these are really good. I considered Unhauling the Freida McFadden just because I don't really see myself rereading those necessarily, but I feel like those would be good to lend out or pass along to a friend. And then finally I have my nonfiction priority books or favorites. These ones I have not read. These ones I have read or like peeked into. They're not really like a sit and like kick your feeties up and read them straight through type of books. If it will focus, like 101 essays that'll change the way you think. Like I haven't just sat and read that cover to cover, but I have read many of the essays. Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. Love that so much. Michelle Obama, The Light We Carry. I'm definitely highly anticipated. This one is probably on my most anticipated read, which is why I have that one front facing, and I know it's going to rip me apart. And again, giving my vibe, like I'm here for a book that rips me to shreds. So that is all I have on my shelves, and I'm just so in love. Comment down below, do you get the vibe? Is it an upgrade? Is it an upgrade, girl? Let me know. And then are there any books that you saw that you know I haven't read and you want me to read them? Leave them down in the comments and I will do a reading vlog for you guys. I am here for the reading vlog vibes. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so before moving on, and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.